Hello everybody, I'm Mark Allen, I'm Margaret's nephew and godson, and it's my pleasure today to give you a story about something I did in Venice. So I run a band called the Bollywood Brass Band that plays Indian music, plays songs from Bollywood films as the name suggests. And in 2004 the band played at the Carnival of Venice in February, so the most amazing time to be in Venice. And I've got here a poster of that performance, so you can see at the top, Carnevale di Venezia 2004, and then below, Concerti Festa di San Valentino, so that's Valentine's night. Valentine's Day, that is during that period. And you see at the bottom, Sabato, that's Saturday the 14th of February, in the Piazza San Marco, so in St. Mark's Square, right in the middle of Venice, the most historic square, Europe's living room, as it was once described back in the early 1800s. So there we are. That's an image of the band. You can see just in the corner of this, you can see the corner of one of the big drums that the band have. And so we have brass instruments and Indian drums and big bass drums, and it's a lot of equipment, and I have a story about that. And so my story is, how did we get the gear from one part of Venice to another? So have a look at this map here of Venice. And we were staying at one end of the kind of long island of Giudecca. And so a little boat turned up to take us from there, or take me and the gear, all the way down through here to another performance we were doing that day at the Arsenale site, which is where the famous Venice Biennale art exhibition happens. And so I knew that this was going to happen by boat, and here's a picture of the kind of boat that turned up. So this kind of flat-topped boat, and one bloke turned up, and we put all of our drums and our big brass bass instrument, a sousaphone, and all the other instruments on top of it. It had this kind of planking, and so we put everything on top of that, and we chugged off here. It was a beautiful, clear day, fantastic view of Venice, both sides. Just me, I'm the road manager of the band. In this case, that turned out to be the best thing to be doing. So we get to this little canal, and then how were we going to get all this stuff to the place where we were doing this performance? And I had no idea. But if you have a look down here at this photo of one of these cargo boats, you'll see it has these planks. So we took everything off the boat, put it onto the quay, and then we lifted all these planks off the boat and exposed underneath it a metal handcart, a bit like this, actually bigger than this, but I don't have any photos. And so we lifted this out and put all of the drums and instruments into it, and then we pushed it several hundred meters to where the performance was happening. So this was one of the most remarkable experiences of my life, in one of the most remarkable places in the world, which has its own way of doing things. Venice, an amazing place to be, an amazing place to perform, so much history, and everything in Venice is different.